Stop focusing on the past, right? Focus on what is in your control today and how what is in your control today will further change your tomorrow. That's the entire thought process on the song. Let your present justify your future. Don't let your present reflect your past, because your past is not your present. Yo, what is going on, Tiggs? Welcome back to another reaction, review, commentary, whichever one you want to consider it. So my energy's a bit lax today. It's a bit relaxed. It's just kind of one of those days where you don't really feel up, you don't really feel down, you're kind of just there. You know what I mean? So we have a song here, BTS Tomorrow, requested to us by Patreon. They go by the name of 𝗦𝗨𝗣𝗣𝗢𝗥. Big shout out to 𝗦𝗨𝗣𝗣𝗢𝗥. 𝗦𝗨𝗣𝗣𝗢𝗥 says, she says, this is a song that appears on BTS 2014 School Love Affair album. So I don't got much else to say other than BTS Tomorrow. It seems like it has everybody in the group, RM, Jin, Suga, J-Hope, Jimin, V, and Jungkook. So we have BTS Tomorrow. Let's hop into the video, but before that, if you guys are watching my channel now, you subscribe, definitely hit that subscribe button. It takes like 2 seconds and it helps your boy out. You know what I mean? It helps me continue doing what it is I enjoy doing, which is my reviews, my commentary, you know, my reactions. Well, it helps me do those stuff. Let's go. Let go. Hey, yeah. I like the ad-lib on the beat. This is sounding neat. You didn't see that. Hey. He said when you're a kid, you feel like everything is possible. I think that's what he said. Hold on. Yeah, he said it's funny. You think anything is possible when you're a kid, but when you age, when you grow up, when you have to, you know, work, when you have to do a bunch of shit, you have all these chores, these tasks at hand, it seems like you can't find time for yourself. You know what I mean? That's what adulthood is. That's crazy. I remember when I was, here's the thing though. Here's the thing that I realized as I got older. When I was younger, I got into this mindset where I realized that every day was a repetition of itself. You know what I mean? It was Control C, Control V, copy, paste, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't like that. I didn't like the concept of repetition. But you got to understand that the way life is, even though we may not like repetition, repetition is necessary at times. When I say it's necessary at times, I mean you have to look at the bigger picture. I've lived, you know, without the repetition. I've lived without the schedule. Most of quarantine, actually, yeah, I'm going to say the second half of quarantine, I just lived freely, you know, for the time being. I didn't follow a schedule. I didn't follow a routine. And what I realized from that is when you allow yourself to just, you know, be free in certain moments, you take advantage of what you can do. When you add a repetition, when you add a schedule to your day, it allows formality, it allows neatness, and allows you to get things done. No schedule keeps you stagnant. If you look at all the big names, big celebrities, if you look at anybody who is, I'd say, averagely successful, you know, they have some sort of schedule. And it fucking sucks that that's the reality of life, because who wouldn't want to be free? You know what I mean? Who wouldn't want to live life the way you want to live life? Which you can, but at the same time, you have to be very cautious with how free you are allowing yourself to be. You have to be able to take control of the certain aspects in your life that, you know, matter. Like your career matters. Even if you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to have a schedule. You know what I mean? No schedule is what fucks people up. And most people will go their days, you know, laying in bed, watching Netflix, watching anime, reading manga, whatever it may be. And I know these things because I've been in the situation. You know, I've had conversations with people. They've been in the situation. Having no schedule fucks you up in the long term. You need a schedule in your life. That's what's going to allow you to be successful. Ooh, V's killing this part. This is nice. Hey. This is interesting from Jungkook. Hey. Even in the far future, never forget the you of right now. If we relate that back to Suga's track, I think Suga had a track named People. It was an unofficial music video. If I'm not wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'll put it on the screen up here. Suga had a song about people growing away from who they were and losing themselves in the tides of society. You know, becoming somebody who they're not by trying to be somebody that they want to be. 9 times out of 10, we don't really know who we are. You know, we only know our perceptions of ourselves. We don't truly know who we are because we never take the time to look inwards. When you take the time and truly look inwards, that's when you really start to discover yourself. But 9 times out of 10, your personality, your perception of yourself is a perception of somebody you saw, you know, a role model that you believe in that has helped shape you and helped shape your character. Have you ever really taken the time to look inward, right? When he says, do not lose yourself, don't lose your ambitions, don't lose your goals, because the ambitions and goals you have right now should translate into the future. Sometimes we get so lost along our journey to where we forget to look at those things. We forget to remember, you know, where we started. We forget to remember who we were. You can't lose yourself in the tides of society. You gotta hold on to who you are, man. I really like this, what Jin is saying. Even in the far future, never forget you of right now. We just get lost so easily, right? It's human nature to be very willing and curious, right? And that curiosity can be a bad thing at sometimes. Never forget who you are. Never forget who you are. Don't change for nobody. Hey. Ooh, he said wherever you are right now, you're just taking a break. He's trying to say you can change tomorrow. Even though you're taking a break today, you can still change tomorrow. Oh, that was a nice run, Jungkook. Oh. Hey. Ha. Yeah. He said, tomorrow becomes yesterday and is behind me. Life isn't about living along, but living through. A quote that comes to mind is, you grow through what you go through. Life isn't about living along. It's not about watching on the sidelines. It's about going through it yourself and experiencing it yourself. A lot of the time, people take a very passive perspective on life. They're not outgoing, you know, they're not willing to change. They're not willing to grow, and they just want to be a passive consumer of life. And that's an okay thing. You know, not everybody has the same growth mindset, and that's completely fine. It doesn't mean you're any less of a person. It doesn't mean you're any better of a person. It just means you're a person. I do agree with what RM is saying here. I do agree with his sentiment. Life isn't about living along, but living through. You got to go through things. You got to experience things. You got to fail to succeed. There's no such thing as success without failure, right? And that's a very cliche quote, but when you look into the nuances of it, when you seriously look into it, you can't possibly succeed unless you failed, whether it be buying the lottery. You know, you've had to have bought previous lottery tickets and failed before you know, got that big win. And for those lucky people who did get it on their first try, maybe that's a 0.00001%, but that 99% is the vast majority of everybody else on earth. You know what I mean? You have to fail before you succeed. You have to go through things in life. You can't keep running away from them. Staying at home, not doing anything, laying in bed 24/7, that's not going to get you anywhere, right? You are sticking to a routine that does not benefit you. If the routine does not work, change the routine. I am preaching a lot about growing and stuff like that in this video, and the main reason for that is I'm emulating my current perspective on life. I'm emulating my mindset at this moment. Again, not everybody may agree with my perspectives. Not everybody may agree with where my head is at right now. But again, this is a channel for me to commentate, say things that goes through my mind as I watch the video, things like that. You know what I mean? And I'm liking what Arm is saying, and I am agreeing with what he's saying. You got to go through things. You can't just go along with things. His rhyme scheme is dope, though. If you keep he said if you keep spacing out, you'll be swept away. If you ain't got no guts, trust. Hey. There's this quote that I remember. I'm filled with quotes, by the way. I read a lot. But it says, you have to. Fuck, I forgot. Oh, shit. Hold on. Forgot. I really forgot the quote. It was a Joe Rogan quote. It was on a podcast. I remember. Quote was, the fastest way to success is failure. No. That's not the quote. He said, the fastest way to succeed is going slowly. right? And that emulates a lot of things in life. Fastest way to get anywhere is going slowly. You know what I mean? And I'm speaking on a philosophical sense. I'm not speaking on a logical, sense. The fastest way to get anywhere in life is to go slowly. Whether you're learning the piano, you can't rush the piano, right? You have to take it slowly. I learned that when I was learning piano myself. You have to take things slowly. You have to really understand it, right? Fastest way to get anywhere in life is going slowly. I agree with V's little chorus right here. You know, you can't be wishing things speed up. You can't be wishing things go fast. You have to take your time, even if you are failing, even if you feel like you are going slowly. What is going to allow you to win is consistency. Consistency is going to get you from point A to point B. No questions asked. Hey! I like this, Jimin. Hey. It's like they're telling you not to lose your worth, you know? Not to feel as if you lost your value, because there's always tomorrow. I like how Jin and Jimin are bouncing back and forth right here. That's very clean. I just hear J-Hope going, oh, in the background. Oh, the guitar. I think this would make a great music video. If I do say so, I do think this would make a great music video. Follow your dream like Breaker, even if it breaks down. Don't ever run backwards, never. I like that as well. Follow your dreams like Breaker, even if it breaks down. Don't ever run backwards. There's something on this channel that I talk about a lot, you know, past, present, future. You have all three of them. I try not to look at the past, right? I learned from the past, but I don't look back at the past because the past has nothing to offer me. At the end of the day, the past is the past. That's yesterday. It's not going to fucking come back. I failed tests. I failed examinations. I've done very poorly back in school, but that changed, you know, and what allowed my grades and shit to change is not worrying about the test that I got, but learning from the test that I got. So when I was in English, I always wanted to be a great speaker. I always wanted to be a great writer. I always wanted to be great at things like that. But the way I grew up, I was never able to fully articulate myself. I was never able to fully grasp English, considering I grew up in Jamaica and then moving to Canada with my accent and everything. It was very hard to adapt. But what allowed me to change is taking the test back and saying this test does not define me. I define me. And what I mean by that is not making that one failure justify my life, right? Just because I got a failed test back doesn't justify who I am. That doesn't make me who I am because I know who I can be. And as long as you know who you can be and who you're willing to be, that's all that matters. The only thing that matters in this life is that you're willing to grow and be better. Don't let your past failures justify your current position because they don't mean shit. It's the past failure. Focus about tomorrow. Focus about the next day. Focus about where you are right now and how your decisions today can change your tomorrow. And when I tell you guys, like, you can do so much if you truly believe you can. The mind is so powerful, right? If you tell yourself something enough, you're going to believe it. If you tell yourself something enough, you're going to believe it. The mind is so fucking powerful, right? A lot of us take it for advantage. A lot of us fall victim to a stagnant mindset. And, you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Not everybody is the same. But you really gotta understand how powerful your mind is. And as long as you keep telling yourself negative thoughts, negative emotions, negative opinions, guess how you're gonna live your life? Negatively. Because your exterior reflects your interior. And as long as your interior is toxic, your exterior is gonna be toxic. You gotta start within. You gotta look inwards. Because your inwards is gonna reflect your outwards, or vice versa. I love BTS because they get me thinking, you know? I hear Jungkook in the background. I think that's Jungkook. Or it's Jimmy. It's one of the two. I don't know. They both be hitting high notes. Or it could be V. V can sing. The guitar on this track works so well. it's so cool to me. I genuinely look up to BTS. They're more than just a group I listen to, and they're really role models who share my perspective on life and who have encouraged me to live a better life. There are times where I'll be having a shitty day and I'll go to my computer, listen to a BTS song, specifically songs like this, like Tomorrow. And it reminds me where I'm meant to be. It reminds me my position. It reminds me about my positionality on life. BTS Tomorrow. I really liked it. I don't really feel like there was anything else to talk about considering I went so deep into it during the commentary sections in the video. But I like the song. Stop focusing on the past, right? Focus on what is in your control today and how what is in your control today will further change your tomorrow. That's the entire thought process on the song. Let your present justify your future. Don't let your present reflect your past, because your past is not your present.